Hello everyone. So in this video we are going to discuss about 8 classical dances in India and the history of dance. This is very important because a question might come in test because there were questions from this particular thing. So in this video we will try to understand dance form. Number 1, the history of it. Number 2, what are the various classical dance forms, and we will try to study it organically so that we will not have to rote memorize. So the engravings of community dance at Bhimbetka and Lakhudiyar points at importance of dance form in our early society. So Bhimbetka is a place in Madhya Pradesh. There you have cave paintings. In those cave paintings you will find some paintings of community dance. So in the Neolithic era also, human being, whenever they got some time, they used to dance. So it was an element present then also. Even now, the system of community dances are alive in our tribal societies. Each and every tribe, as we are going to see later, will have some folk dance. So that is alive today also. And most tribes have their unique tradition of dance. Some among them finds expression in other art form like sculpture and painting. So dance is an art form in itself, but also it has influenced sculptures, painting, music, etc. During Harappan period also, we have evidences of dance which is best represented by the sculpture of dancing girl found at Mohenjo-daro. So there are 3 questions which can be asked from this particular thing. The first question can be, where is Bhimbetka located? It is located in Madhya Pradesh. It contains Neolithic painting. The other question can be, where is the sculpture of dancing girl was found? It was found at Mohenjo-daro. Then the sculpture of Yor are silent evidences of antiquity of Indian classical dance tradition. Dance, like other art form, has always been religious in ancient India and has influenced other art form like sculpture, painting and music. Different deities were associated with dance in the Indian tradition. Like Shiva is called Nataraj, who performs Tandava, and Parvati is associated with Lasya. Krishna is called Natwar. So here you can see the images, Lasya, Natwar and Tandava. Whenever Shiva performs Tandava, Parvati performs Lasya. So what is basically Lasya? Lasya is a feminine dance characterized by graceful movement and tenderness, which you can very well see in the image here. So here you can see grace in the image itself. Some of the earliest standard treatises on Indian classical dances are number 1, Natya Shastra, number 2, Abhinay Darpan. These 2 are very important. A question was asked on Natya Shastra, who has written Natya Shastra. So the answer will be Bharat Muni. Okay, he wrote Natya Shastra around 2nd century AD. It has the first formal mention of dance. Now Abhinay Darpan was written by Nandikeshwar around the same time. And Nandikeshwar was the person who influenced Bhasha. And who was Bhasha? Bhasha was a dramatician. Bhasha was a person who was a dramatician. One of his dramas have been depicted in Kudiyattam. What is Kudiyattam? Kudiyattam is Sanskrit theatre in Kerala, and it has been given UNESCO intangible heritage status. So this is very important because it was the first such thing to get this status. Now Natya Shastra, it is a detailed treatise on dance and dramatic art and deals with all aspects of classical Sanskrit theatre. Abhinay Darpan, it is a work on stagecraft by Nandikeshwar. His work has survived in plays of Bhasha, as I told you. The famous Sanskrit drama Kudiyattam has been heavily derived from his work. Nandikeshwar's work ignores inhibition imposed by Bharata. So Bharata says, Bharat Muni said that on stage you can't depict violence, you can't show violence. But Nandikeshwar says no, you can do that. This is the difference. Now the dance is often accompanied with music and narrate a story. There is an element of Natya there. So along with Nritya you have Natya. Gestures of eyes, hands, bodies and feet have evolved to depict various emotions. For example, mudras. What are mudras? Mudras are gestures using fingers and hands to visually convey emotions and feeling. Then we have rasas. There are 9 rasas which are emotions that are expressed through dances. As you can see in the figure below, Shringara rasa, Hasya rasa, Bhyanak rasa, etc. And then you have sthanakas also, but you should not go that deeper. Now what are karnas? These are important. Why it is important? Because there was question from this particular thing. in your test also, in UPSC also. So what is that question? That also we are going to see. So the karanas means bodily posture. It can be abhanga pose, atibhanga pose, or tribhanga pose. Now this tribhanga pose is very important in Indian classical dance tradition. As you can see, the sculpture and painting also shows this tribhanga pose, where the body is bent at 3 positions. This particular sculpture of Lasya also shows body bending at 3 positions. Then the second image, this particular image is very important. It is an image at Ajanta cave, and the deity depicted here is Avalokiteswara Padmapani. Avalokiteswara Padmapani, there was a question in TES as well as UPSC where this painting is located. So this painting is located at Ajanta, and this painting is also in that pose. Similarly, you have Madanikas. Madanikas, they are also in that pose only. You have Sachi Stup, there you will find Salabhanjikas. So Salabhanjika are also in Tribhanga pose. So what is Tribhanga pose? Basically the most popular pose in Indian classical dance, sculpture and painting, formed in the sculpture of Salabhanjika and Madanikas. In this, the body bends at 3 points. The history of this style reached back to the famous dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro. So that dancing girl is also in Tribhanga pose. Now India is a land of antiquity, continuity and deep diversity. These attributes have resulted in development of refined cultural tradition and rich heritage. It is also reflected in Indian classical dance traditions. Dance in India is considered a complete art form. The Sangeet Natak Academy recognizes 8 classical dance forms. We are going to see in some detail. And why they are called classical dance? Because they follow certain basic principles of Natya Sastra. That is why they are called classical, because of their historical tradition. This, along with their rich historical tradition, has given them classical status. The first one is Bharatanatyam. So the name of Bharatanatyam, it is said that it is named on Bharata Muni. Bharata Muni wrote Natya Sastra, that is why we have Bharatanatyam. Now, some also believe that it is based on Bhava Rasa Tala. The name is based on Bhava Rasa and Tala, Bharata Natyam. Okay, the origin of this particular art form can be traced back to Dasi Attam. In South India, we had a tradition of Devdasi. So they used to perform some dance that is called Attam. So Dasi Attam, the tradition goes back to Dasi Attam. Or Sadir, the solo dance performed by Devdasis in the temple of Tamil Nadu. It was brought out of temple and popularized as a practicing art by Rukmini Devi Arundale in the 20th century. This name is very important. She was also a well-known animal rights activist. Now Yamini Krishnamurti is the proponent of this particular art form. This is from Tamil Nadu. Now coming to the second dance, that is Kathakali. So Kathakali developed from the dance drama Ramanattam and Krishnanattam. As we saw, Attam means basically dance. Here you have Ramana Attam and Krishna Attam, and there you had Dasi Attam. So narrating episodes of Ramayana and Mahabharata. Katha means story and Kali means Kala, drama. It was revived in 1930s by V.N. Menon and Mukunda Raja, who formed Kerala Kala Mandalam. So Mohini Attam is another classical dance from Kerala only. So this is the dance of celestial enchanter. You might be knowing Mohini Avatara, an avatar or incarnation of Vishnu. So it is related to that only. It was banned by Britishers for some period. This was because it was considered lascivious according to the Victorian morality. So during Victorian era, ladies were not allowed to show their body. They have to cover complete body, which you can see in the movies of those era. This was considered lascivious, and that is why they tried to ban this particular art form. So basically they wanted to kill our culture. That is why they wanted to ban it. Now one more thing which is important, I will come to the next paragraph. That is, there is something called Sopana Sangeetam. So sometimes when this dance is performed, you have Sopana Sangeetam. Sopana Sangeetam is a tradition which developed in Kerala, and there is also Carnatic music. Sometimes the Carnatic music will play, sometimes Sopana Sangeetam will play. So a question might come on Sopana Sangeetam as well. Now it is a solo dance developed in Kerala. The famous Malayali poet V.N. Menon and Kalyani Amma revived it. So V.N. Menon was also associated with Kerala Kala Mandalam, and he revived Kathakali in 1930s. Okay, and Mukunda Raja was also there to revive Kathakali, and here we have Kalyani Amma. Now let us come to Kuchipudi. Kuchipudi is a classical dance from the state of Andhra Pradesh, originally performed by Kusilabas who travelled countryside performing dances. Derives its name from a village in Andhra Pradesh, Kuchelapuram. Stories of Bhagavata Purana became the central theme, and the dancers came to be known as Bhagavad Halus. It was patronized by Vijayanagara rulers and also by Golconda rulers. It was revived by Bala Saraswati and Ragini Devi in the 20th century. And recently, Shobha Naidu died. And who was Shobha Naidu? She was a proponent of Kuchipudi dance form. Okay, so a question might come from current affairs. Who was Shobha Naidu, or to which dance form she was associated? Now come to Odissi. Earliest examples of this dance form is found in the caves of Khandagiri, Udayagiri, which are located in Orissa. It was performed by Maharis, that is Devdasi dancers of Orissa. There you have Devdasi in Tamil Nadu, here you have Maharis, and patronized by the Jain king Khiravela. It was revived in the mid-20th century by Charles Fabry and Indrani Rahman. This Tribhanga pose, which we talked about, is innate to this dance form. It is used in particular in this dance form a lot. Okay, and then you have Tahiya. What is this Tahiya? This also you should be knowing, because the headgear you are seeing here or here, that is called Tahiya. So they wear a headgear which is very beautiful and is called Tahiya. Then Sonal Mansingh, who is also the member of parliament Rajya Sabha right now, is one of the proponent of Odissi dance. Okay, now come to Kathak. Kathak is the classical dance form of North India. Origin in Ras Leela tradition of Brajbhumi in North India. It derives its name from Kathikas. There you had Kusilabas who roamed around telling the story of Bhagavata Purana. Here you will have, in the Brajbhumi, you will have Kathikas who recited verses from the epics with gestures and music. It was influenced by Persian costumes and style of dancing like pirote. What is pirote? When you dance in a circular motion, that is called spiral motion, that is called pirote. So you will have this circular motion or spiral motion in Kathak. The Nawab of Awadh, Wajid Ali Shah, was a popular Kathak dancer himself, and some of the proponents are Birju Maharaj and Shobhana Narayan. You can see them here. She is Shobhana Narayan, and the below figure is that of Wajid Ali Shah. It has been taken from a movie called Satranj Ke Khilari by Satyajit Ray. And above that you have Kamala Hassan in Viswarupam performing Kathak dance, which was choreographed by Birju Maharaj. So these are important. Now come to Manipuri dance. It has its origin in the celestial dance of Shiva and Parvati in the valley of Manipur with Gandharvas. The dance gained prominence with the advent of Vaishnavism. Rabindranath Tagore brought it to the limelight when he introduced it in the Santi Niketan. Ras Leela and Sankirtan and Khol are basically used or depicted while performing this dance. What is Ras Leela? The dance of Krishna with gopis or Radha, that is called Ras Leela. And what is Sankirtan? The dance of devotees, male devotees. Okay, that is called Sankirtan. And what is Khol? Khol is like Pakwaj or Dhol. So that is used then. Now coming to Sataya dance form. Sataya dance form is a dance form which developed from the Satars or Satars monastery. Okay, Sataya dance derived its name from Vaishnava monasteries called Satars, where it was primarily practiced. It was introduced in 15th century by Vaishnava reformer Shankaradeva in Assam. So Shankaradeva also composed some songs which are called Borgit. So Borgit are performed when this dance is performed. Okay, they are performed together. Now in our next video of dance, we will see various folk dance forms, folk traditions, various tribes, what dance form they perform, and various states, what folk dance they have, from which a question might come. So thank you, thanks for watching.